Hello, and welcome to Popcorn News. Something to watch while you eat popcorn. From the book of Genesis, chapter 6, verse 2. The sons of God saw that the daughters of men were fair, and they took to wife such of them as they chose. From the book of Genesis, chapter 6, verse 4. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward. From the book of Enoch, chapters 6 and 7. And it came to pass, when the children of men had multiplied in those days, were born unto them beautiful and comely daughters. And the angels, the children of the heaven, saw and lusted after them, and said to one another, Come, let us choose us wives from among the children of men, and get us children. Chapter 7. And all the others together with them took unto themselves wives, and each chose for himself one. And they began to go in unto them, and to defile themselves with them. And they taught them charms and enchantments, and the cutting of roots, and made them acquainted with plants. And they became pregnant, and they bare great giants, whose height was 3,000 ells. From the book of Jubilees, chapter 4. And he testified to the watchers who had sinned with the daughters of men, for these had begun to unite themselves so as to be defiled with the daughters of men. And Enoch testified against them all. A commenter to one of my videos mentioned his video, The Reptilian Aliens and the Council of 13. Who really controls the USA? It is published to YouTube under the name Global Agenda. Here is a brief excerpt.
Reptilian aliens and the Council of 13. 13 royal families. The leader of Earth's Illuminati is called Pindar. The Pindar is a member of the 13 ruling Illuminati families and is always male. The title Pindar is an abbreviated term for Pinnacle of the Draco, also known as the Penis and the Dragon. Symbolically, this represents the top of power, control, creation, penetration, expansion, invasion, and fear. The holder of this rank reports to the purebred reptilian, leader of the inner earth. Recently, there are reports that the Marquis de Labra is the Pindar, but this is disinformation. The true current Pindar is the head of the Rothschild family, as has been for several hundred years. He is based in Germany near Frankfurt. In the late 1970s, he oversaw the sister project, the Montauk Project, called MALD. MALDA is an anagram for the Montauk Alsace-Lorraine Dimensional Activation.
Republican presidential candidate Ted Cruz met with Pastor Tim Remington in Idaho on Saturday, March 5, 2016. The next day, Kyle Odom allegedly shot Pastor Remington many times. Odom believed the pastor was secretly a Martian, or you could say reptilian also. At last report, Pastor Remington was making a miraculous recovery. At last report, Kyle Odom is due back in court on April 6, 2016 in Washington, D.C. Odom is fighting extradition back to Idaho on an attempted murder charge. Before his arrest, Odom had released to the public what is being called the Kyle Odom manifesto. I have been studying the 46-page unredacted version of the manifesto. Before you can understand someone, you must first walk a mile in their moccasins, is a saying attributed to the Native Americans, also known as Indians. For this reason, I have avoided a rush to judgment on the Kyle Odom case. Here are some items I have noted from Odom's manifesto. Every president finds out that the Martians are real, writes Odom. This explains why Kyle Odom traveled to the White House, hoping to confer with President Barack Obama. Odom claims that President Obama was raped by the Martians in order to make him submit to them. The Martians are hypersexual, hyper-aggressive, and are fearful and paranoid. Odom believes that the amygdala, a part of the brain, in the Martians must be greatly enlarged compared to humans. War zones are called theaters because they are entertainment for the Martians. The Martians enjoy watching death. They enjoy watching us suffer. The Martians try to keep us in a constant state of fear by filling the news with horror stories. There is much more in Odom's manifesto. New developments in the case are awaited, consequent to the scheduled April 6th court hearing. Many possibilities exist as to what is the real story. I, at least, have not prejudged the case. Thank you for watching Popcorn News.